Hello and welcome to my channel. Well, I did this scarf, a tutorial. I did a tutorial with this scarf, and some of you asking me which 3 rows you have to repeat. I'm gonna do a tutorial and I will take my time explaining the stitch. For those of you that you didn't see this the scarf tutorial, this yarn, if you wish to buy this yarn, I think from what I understand, Brandy, she put, one of my viewers, she put the iceyarn.com, and this one is made in Turkey. Yeah, this yarn. I live in Japan. I bought this in Japan, but the yarn is made in Turkey. I'm gonna use now this this kind of yarn, chiffon mousse, and it says that I should use for this yarn 10/0 millimeter crochet hook, 10/0, which is 6.0 millimeter crochet hook. Okay, with this stitch we have 3 rows to repeat. Yeah, so we're gonna chain even numbers. I have here 12 and I'm using 6.0 millimeter crochet hook. So we're gonna chain even numbers. You can do hats, blankets, scarves, whatever you like to do with this stitch. Okay, for this I chain 12 here, even numbers. I'm gonna skip the first chain and into the second chain from the hook. Gonna go in there and I'm gonna do a single crochet, and in each chain until we finish this row we're gonna do single crochet. It's a very easy stitch, but this stitch will eat a lot of yarn. So if you want to do something like a blanket, which requires a lot of yarn, then you're gonna have to make sure that you have enough, because we're gonna work with puffs. So this stitch, first you will start single crochet in each chain. You're gonna chain 1, turn your work, and again we're gonna do 1 more row of single crochets. Yeah. So the first stitch is here. We're gonna go in there and do a single crochet, move to the next stitch, single crochet, and single crochet in each stitch across this row. If I move too fast, please slow down the speed of the video. You're gonna see what I'm doing. Well, kind of slow motion. And these puffs will be kind of in how you say, diagonal. They will go. They will not be stuck on top of each other. So single crochet. The last stitch is here. We're gonna go in there and do a single crochet. Also, chain 1. Turn your work. Now in the tutorial with the scarf, I said that we're gonna go through the stitch when we do the puff, but I'm gonna do it 1 row below. So with this is gonna be one of the rows that you're gonna repeat. Yeah. So the first stitch is here. We're gonna do single crochet, move to the next stitch, single crochet. So we have 2 single crochets in the first 2 stitches, and now the next stitch is here. We're gonna go below 1 row, the first row, and in there we're gonna do a puff. Pull up a loop, yarn over the hook, go back again, pull up a loop, yarn over the hook, go back again. Because this yarn is so thick, I'm gonna go through only 3 times. If your yarn is a little bit thinner, then you can go 4 or 5 times, depends. So then pull the yarn through all the loops that you have. Then the next stitch we're gonna do a single crochet. Next stitch we're gonna go 1 row below to the first one, and we're gonna do a puff. So once, twice, and the 3rd time. Pull the yarn through all the loops. The next stitch, single crochet. Next stitch we're gonna go 1 row below to the first row, and we're gonna do a puff. Pull the yarn through all the loops. Next stitch, single crochet. Next stitch we're gonna go 1 row below and we're gonna do a puff. So once, twice, and the third time. Pull the yarn through all the loops, and now we have only 2 stitches left. So into the next stitch we're gonna do a single crochet. The last stitch, single crochet, because we started with 2 single crochets in the beginning, we're gonna finish with 2 single crochets at the end. So chain 1. So this is the second row that you're gonna repeat. The first stitch is here, we're gonna do a single crochet, and in each stitch we're gonna do single crochet. So move to the next stitch, single crochet, next stitch, single crochet, and so on until you finish this this row. So you move to the next stitch, single crochet, next one, also single crochet, and so on until you finish this row. Last stitch, single crochet. Did I got to? Okay. Then chain 1, turn your work, and this will be the third row that you're gonna repeat. So the first stitch is here, we're gonna go in there and we're gonna do a single crochet. Next stitch, single crochet. Next stitch, single crochet. So 1 row you're gonna have with 2 single crochets in the beginning, then 1 row of single crochets in each stitch, and then the next row is gonna be, you start with the first 3 stitches, you're gonna put single crochets, and now the next stitch we're gonna go below, right on top of this puff, into this hole here. We're gonna go in there and we're gonna do a puff. So once, twice, and the third time, pull the yarn through all the loops, next stitch, single crochet. Okay, next stitch we're gonna go below, and you have the space in there right on top of this. So you're gonna do a puff, pull the yarn through all the loops, next stitch, single crochet, and we're gonna do like this until we finish this row. So next stitch we're gonna go below and we're gonna do a puff. So once, twice, and the third time. And now you are left with 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3. We started with 3 stitches in the beginning, single crochets, and we're gonna finish the same. The next stitch, single crochet, next stitch, single crochet, and the last stitch also single crochet. Chain 1, and now you're gonna repeat the row with a single crochet in each stitch. So the first stitch is here, we're gonna do a single crochet, next stitch, single crochet, and so on in each stitch, single crochet until we finish this row. It's a very easy stitch, and you will know exactly when you have to start with the 2 single crochets in the beginning and finish with 2 or 3 single crochets in the first 3 stitches. So the last stitch is here, single crochet, chain 1, turn your work, and now we're gonna do the row with only 2 single crochets in the beginning. So the first stitch, single crochet, the second single crochet, and into the third we're gonna go below and we're gonna do a puff. So the first stitch is here, we're gonna do a single crochet, next stitch, single crochet, and now the next stitch we're gonna go into the space here below, 1 row under that stitch, and we're gonna do a puff. Next stitch, single crochet, next stitch we're gonna go below, right on top of the puff from the previous row, yeah, in there, and we're gonna do a puff. Next stitch, single crochet, next stitch we're gonna go below and we're gonna do a puff. Next stitch, single crochet. So the next stitch we're gonna go below and we're gonna do a puff, because we start this row with 2 single crochets in the beginning. We're gonna finish with 2 single crochets at the end, so we have left 2 stitches. Next stitch, single crochet, last stitch, also single crochet, chain 1, And now you're gonna repeat the row with a single crochet in each stitch. So single crochet in each stitch. And the next row after we finish this is gonna be the row that you're gonna repeat with the 3 single crochets in the first 3 stitches. Chain 1, turn your work, and now we're gonna repeat the row with in the first 3 stitches we place a single crochet. So the first stitch is here, single crochet, next stitch, single crochet, next stitch, single crochet, and the next stitch, the puff is right here, and we're gonna go below and we're gonna do a puff. So you're gonna go in there 3 times because this yarn is so thick. I think 3 times is more than enough. The next stitch, single crochet, next stitch we go below right here, and we're gonna do a puff, pull the yarn through all the loops, next stitch, single crochet, next stitch we're gonna do a puff, next stitch. You have left 3 stitches, so we started with 3 single crochets. We're gonna finish with 3 single crochets in each stitch. So single crochet into the next single crochet, and the third one, the last single crochet. You're gonna chain 1 and you're gonna repeat the row with a single crochet in each stitch. Move to the next stitch, single crochet, next stitch, also single crochet, and so on until we finish the row. And because we had the 3 stitches in the beginning and 3 single crochets at the end, then the next row, now chain 1, turn your work, and now we're gonna start with only 2. You see there are a lot of stitches, it's a lot of gap in here, so you'll know exactly when. So you go into the first stitch, you're gonna do a single crochet, next stitch, single crochet, the next stitch we're gonna go 1 row below right there, and we're gonna do a puff. So once, twice, and the third time, pull the yarn through all the loops, next stitch, single crochet. And these are the rows that you're gonna repeat. 1 row you're gonna start with 2 single crochets in the beginning and finish with 2 single crochets at the end, the last 2 stitches. You do 1 row of single crochet in each stitch, then you start with 3 single crochets in each stitch. So we started with 2 single crochets and the puff, then we did the puff, and we're gonna finish the last 2 stitches with a single crochet in each stitch. You're gonna chain 1 and gonna repeat the row with a single crochet, and then the next row after you finish the single crochet in each stitch, you're gonna start with a 3. Yeah, so this is the stitch. It's a very easy stitch, and I think for a baby blanket, it's really nice to do. And when you finish, for example, whatever you do, a scarf or a blanket or a hat, you're gonna finish the last row with a single crochet. Yeah, because we have here at the bottom a single crochet row, so you're gonna finish with a single crochet on top. So this is what we worked. Yeah, if you use thick yarn, this is gonna build really fast, especially for a scarf or infinity scarf. So for infinity scarf, you're gonna do a long chain, even number. It's very, very easy. Yeah. So well, this is the stitch. I hope you enjoy, and I hope Onita, I hope I made myself very clear which rows you repeat, the 3 rows. Yeah. Okay, well, thank you for watching. Have a good day.